Welcome to the demo session on Dataset Iterator using HCL OneTest UI. For demo purpose, we will be using the sample application called Plants by WebSphere, which is an e-commerce application using which the customers can purchase plants, fruits, etc. We've created an automated test script for this application that includes selecting the category and quantity, adding them to cart, and making the purchase successfully. We have the dataset created for the quantity and the customer name fields. So when associating this dataset for the quantity column especially, the test script will display an error as the third row value is missing. Let's see how to handle this in HCL OneTest UI. So I'm going back to the script. So in order to parameterize the quantity step, I'm selecting the quantity line. And as you can see, the value is constant. So let's select it and then use substitute option to substitute it with the quantity column of dataset. So because we've added the dataset, we should be introducing loops so that it can accept the values from the dataset. So I'm selecting the application step and adding the loop. Loop is set to data source duration because it should be, the dataset can be dynamic. So today it has 2 rows of data, but the rows of data might change. So maybe it might become 10 rows of data tomorrow, right? So that is why I'm selecting dataset. And once this is done, if I execute it, it will definitely work for the first 2 rows, but for the third row, it will give me an error stating that the value is missing, right? So it's a missing value, missing data, or missing column. So I'm going to handle this using if-else construct. So right-clicking on the application step, inserting the if condition. So my condition is if the quantity column of my data set during the execution, if it throws an error which has missing as a text, if it starts with missing as a text, then let me go ahead and add the else block as well. Yeah, then what I wanted to do is my data set should be reset. So which data set? This is my data set. It has to get reset. Along with that, it should come out of the loop. So in order to exit loop, let's add test flow control and select exit loop. So now we'll go ahead and execute this to see how it works for the data set. So now it's opening the first iteration. It should pick up the value from row 1 of quantity column. Yes, it did. So row 1 has the value 5. It is now entering the shipping information. So iteration 1 is completed. Now it is opening the browser for the iteration 2, wherein it should pick up the value from row 2 of quantity column in the data set. Yes, it did. So we had the value 7 in row 2. So iteration 2 is completed. And if you notice here, iteration 3 did not happen because of the if condition that we have provided in the script. So let's expand this unified reporting result. And you can see that the value of row 1 is taken for iteration 1 and the value of row 2 is taken for iteration 2. And going back to the test log, if you expand your test log, especially for the third iteration, you can see the data set is reset and it has performed the exit loop operation. Hope you find this video useful. Thanks for watching.